And so one thing, I think I got to everyone, so just one last note I want to leave everyone with, because I do think it's a very important point, is just that there was a Rasmussen poll that came out recently that showed 64% of Americans are concerned about the growing criticism of America's police and that it will lead to a shortage of police officers and reduce public safety. And of all of the demographics polled, Black Americans fear most for public safety, with 67% acknowledging their concern for this. And this is why President Trump has taken action, calling strongly for law and order and peace in our streets, and he's set the tone at the top for mayors and governors. Additionally, we've had the hundreds of federal arrests, the executive order that's enhanced our police departments, and Operation Legend, which I announced yesterday from the Justice Department, in honor of Legend Talaferro, a 4-year-old boy who was tragically killed in his sleep in Kansas City. And as we head into the weekend, this is our last press briefing of the week, and so I just wanted to make a plea for peace in our streets, because far too many children have been lost. It's important to know their names. It's important to see their faces. And may we all hold in our prayer and keep close to our hearts the families of Natalia Wallace, who was 7, Makai James, who was 10, Vernado Jones Jr., who was 14, Sincere Gaston, who was 1, Lena Nunez, who was 10, Amaria Jones, who was 13, Devon McNeil, who was 11, and Sequoia Turner down in Atlanta, who was 8. Let's make sure we have peace in our streets this weekend and hold these families in our prayers. Thank you.
The phrase defund the police is actually a lot more complicated than just a slogan, right? It means that currently we have defunded education. We have defunded health services. We have defunded social services. Essentially, what activists are asking for is a reimagining of how we do policing.
Anytime you hear a slogan being articulated by activists who are seeking an end that could probably inspire a lot of common folks, you can be sure that Donald Trump is going to try to weaponize that slogan. He tried to weaponize Black Lives Matter. He tried to weaponize a Green New Deal. And he's trying to weaponize these. But again, listen to the activists, the spirit of what they're calling to.
I mean, I don't support defunding the police. And I had a big meeting with, 80 plus leaders from around my district this past weekend. And, a lot of the African-American leaders were saying, listen, it's not about just straight defunding the police. It's about having a conversation about how resources are spent.
The problems are much broader than just who shoots whom. Defunding the police is the single dumbest idea I've ever heard.
The president is appalled by the defund the police movement. The fact that you have sitting congresswomen wanting to defund the police, notably Rashida Tlaib, notably Biden advisor AOC Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, a former Clinton and Eric Holder spokesperson Brian Fallon, wanting to defund our police across this country, it is extraordinary.
By continuing to say defund, dismantle, we are giving Trump talking points. We are feeding his base. We all know that we can do better when it comes to policing. And I think that it's a missed opportunity not to figure out what better looks like together and a path forward, rather than to, again, have this litmus test of, you're either for us or against us when it comes to dismantling the police departments across the country.
This is the craziest conversation and debate we've had in decades. Defund the police, eliminate police force, come in with a peace force, come in with counselors, call 311, not 911.
What if it could bring social workers, public health workers, substance abuse workers, child protective workers, instead of just police, fire, and ambulance?
I asked Nancy Pelosi, the House Speaker, about this, and she, like other Democrats, are steering clear from that rhetoric of embracing defunding the police departments, saying that is not the plan on the federal level and that this is a debate that has to happen on the local level.
Have those debates at the local level, that is a local decision, a local level.